bawat inaaaliwan na para bang digmaan ang laban. Manalo, matalo, walang kontra. Depensa, opensa, bilog ang bola.
Magandang araw and welcome to your Super Bowl Sunday as the PBA goes to Binyan, Laguna mula po dito sa Alonte Sports Arena. It will be the hot, the dangerous Barako Bull Energy Cola led by their backcourt tandem na si Denok Miranda at RR Garcia going up against a team that's looking to recover, that's looking to get back to their winning ways. The usually dominant but now sluggish Talk and Text tropang texters. Ang youth movement po nila looking to take full effect here in a trip out of town. Matt Ganuelas Rosser and Kevin Alas. Both of these teams looking to punch that ticket into the to the second round of competition, into the quarterfinals. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Nico Ramos here with the one and only Dr. J. Andy Howe. Dr. J, ang kasabihan po sa basketball, bilog ang bola. When you're playing out of town, that saying becomes a little bit truer.
Well, you're very correct there, Nico. Yun nga nangyari sa Barako noong nakalaban nila Alaska. Very few people gave them any chances at all of winning that match, but they came up with a great performance. So I'm sure nasa utak yan ng mga Talk and Text players as well as their coaching staff na hindi natin pwedeng pabayaan lang na makalaro ng maganda itong Barako dahil they are on a winning streak. There are only 4 teams that have real good winning streaks, and they're one of them. They were 0-5 just a couple of maybe a week ago, and all of a sudden they're looking good to make it to the quarterfinals. But they know they can cement their place in the quarterfinals kung ma-upset ulit nila yung Talk and Text tropang texters tonight.
And they will have to depend on a veteran. Talking, of course, about the FEU product, Denok, the guy we're calling the Demolisher, Miranda. And what an impressive showing it has been para dito kay Denok, especially in those last 2 wins. Versus Alaska, silipin po natin, Dr. J. 21 ang ginawa, 8 of 10. Overall, 4 of 5 from the outside. Someone you'd usually back away from pag titira sa tres.
Yes, and 3 assists, also a couple of rebounds. But he can even give you more than that. Alam naman natin that all of the teams that are in the league respect the ability of Denok Miranda at the point guard position. Why? Meron talaga siyang tira. He knows how to create opportunities for his teammate. Plus the fact that he's much bigger than other point guards of almost any other team, and he has the power. So he's really a tough player.
You know, someone he looks at as his younger brother, itong si RR Garcia na kapareho nitong si Denok ng pinanggalangan na universidad, kapareho niya ngayon nakasama now this conference in Barako Bowl. And red hot has RR been, 18 points kalaban ang Alaska, and that's double almost of what he produced sa unang 6 na outings ng Barako Bowl.
It was really difficult for RR in the global court sequence because marami talagang scorers doon. And you're talking about Cabagnot, you're talking about his old teammate, si Terence Romeo. It was really hard for him to get along and be the top player. But remember, this player was once the MVP of the amateur league. Plus, he was also one of the highly recruited amateur players ever since he was 17 and under. So, talagang may sinasabi rin ito si Ryan Bruce Garcia. No?
Dr. J, lipat po tayo sa kabila at Talk and Text tropang texters. Someone you're very familiar with, someone who's always ready to fill in a role and do whatever is expected, whatever is asked of him. Harvey has definitely been carrying quite a load para dito sa Talk and Text, and he did so despite a loss against Global Port.
Well, masakit na talo yun because he definitely would have been the best player for Talk and Text if they had won against Global Port. Those are not his numbers that you see anymore of Harvey, although he's capable of that in the past. But the rebounding department is still there, no? I think he is the top rebounder of the team, actually, together with a guy that they're missing, Kelly Williams, one of his other compatriots. I think that's the reason why he's been given a little bit more playing time and why his game has picked up because of the absence of Kelly Williams.
Harvey trying to be one of those guys na historically on that Talk and Text bench ay laging handa at laging excited na pumasok sa laro at may itulong dito sa Talk and Text tropang texters. That's usually been the Talk and Text formula, is you don't know who to guard and you don't know who you're going to expect. When you take a look at the Barako Bull side of things, they're also fusing etong youth together with their veteran core. All right, we get to tip things off mula po dito sa Binyan. Punching the ticket is our story as Ryan Reyes joins Jason Castro in the backcourt. Kasama si Rob Reyes, Jay Washington, and Matty Ganuelas-Rosser. Taking up R.R. Garcia and Denok Miranda, the two guards we talked about. They're joined by JC Ental, Dave Marcelo, and John Dan Salvador in the middle. Para sa Barako Bull Energy Cola, they'll be donning their white stock and text in their blue and yellows.
Very seldom do you see a rookie come in and become part of a very tough roster such as Stock and Tex and be part of their starting five. And I'm referring to Matt Danielas. We have more to say about this guy, but you know, for him to start in this team means the trust and confidence. You know, he's not even one of the top 3 picks of the last draft, no, but definitely he's one of the tougher players in the league in defense and rebounding.
Definitely a unique matchup is etong si Matt Ganuelas-Rosser, able to handle that ball. Very rare length and athleticism as well. And Dr. J, this isn't something we usually see. Hindi pa nagja-jump ball. The starting 5 on the floor as we see Rob Reyes score inside. Si Jake Pascual nandito na sa scorer's table, ready to sub in para dito sa Barako.
Well, I think originally they wanted him to be the starting 5, pero nagkamali yata, may nasubmit na sila. So, yun na naibigay ng earlier. Usually you submit this about 15-20 minutes before the game. So, pag yun na sinubmit mo, yun na ang gagamitin mo. Of course, madali naman mag-substitute. That could have been 2 in a row for Dave Marcelo. You know, something that you don't expect to see him do often, shoot from the outside, but he is very capable. And look at the way Jason Castro took R.R. Garcia to the basket, no, in that last play.
We spoke about itong si Denok Miranda, how he is usually a lot stronger than most point guards. Jason Castro always wants to include himself in that conversation. You usually see the speed pagdating kay Jason. A lot of strength to go with that as well. Denok, still hot. First jumper of him para dito sa kanyang laro. Gets it to go, gets Barako on the board.
You can never take away the confidence of a player. And Denok Miranda always said that even in his amateur days. Now, especially with the 2 victories that his team has garnered, you know, that's really going to help them.
JC Ental taps it out of the hands netong si Jay Washington. 12 ang may iwan sa 24 netong Barako Bull as Jake Pascual comes in and Dave Marcelo will take a seat. Standouts from the San Beda program. Multiple-time champions in their collegiate league. As this is going to be a rare mental error para dito sa Talk and Text.
Alam mo, bihira nga yun because very early in the ball game, simple inbound, you know, from the baseline, and they just threw the ball a little bit too hot. Like, it's quite hot here right now, but you know, the weather is okay inside the Coliseum, but outside, a nice backdoor cut there by JC Intal.
You know, Dr. J, JC also is someone who might not be raking in the points para dito sa Barako Bull as Castro gets a bruise and a deuce, a 3-point play opportunity. But, you know, Intal has been playing solidly and really cemented himself as their main small forward.
Yeah, you're correct about that. He is their best player on the floor. But Jason Castro already has 5 of the 7 points of the Talk and Text Tropang Texters. So very quick start for Jason Castro.
That's something you don't want to see kung ikaw ay Barako Bull fan. John Dan against Rob Reyes in the post. John Dan aatras, PP hit, goes to the fadeaway. That's ringless but not the good kind. Ryan Reyes with a pull down. Here's Jason, transition 3. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's right down the middle para kay Jason in transition.
You could see the concentration in his face when he came into the floor. They had come off a defeat, and probably one that they did not appreciate. Good rebound there by Pascual, but he lost the handle. And Jason Castro already has 8 points in the ball game.
A quick reminder to the league and via the Barako Bull Energy Cola about baka lang nakakalimutan nyo what I'm capable of doing. You're right, Dr. J. This is swagger, just the way that Jason Castro is running down the court.
You remember, Jason was a mythical 5 member of the FIBA Asia, no? And he probably would have been the best player of that tournament if they had won the championship.
Talk and Text misses a 3. They're up 2. Gis sa 8. RR may bola. Bandang kanan. Goes to Jake. Jake with the up fake. Denok has it. Gis ang mayroon sa shot clock ng Barako Bull. RR, fly-by fake. Jumper up. Jumper won't go, and John Dan with a second opportunity at mapipituhan ng foul itong si Rob Reyes.
Diyan mo makikita yung experience ni John Dan, no? Because a slight push, Pero hindi naman nag-react si Ryan Reyes, and then he gets the offensive rebound. Then he gives him a fake. Intal trying to go for 3 baskets here but missing this one a little bit short.
Kung malupit man ang bakbakan sa PBA, pwede ring maging handa sa intense na bakbakan kayong mga kalalakihan. Subukan nyo ang robust dietary supplement for men. Astig ito. Jason Castro asking for a pick. Oh, that's a good tap out by Pascual, recovered by Talk and Text. Castro, left open all day, right on target for 3.
I think you would sacrifice maybe Ryan Reyes, although he's pretty hot shooting the 3-point shot. They're recovering to Ryan, but they're not recovering to Jason Castro. It's certainly a bad thing for Barako. He already has 11 points.
2 triples para dito kay Jason. Denok to answer back, off to the left, masyadong malakas. Ryan pushes it ahead. J-Wash may bola. They go to the corner. Castro again. That one short.
You could see this time Miranda did not sag off. He was right there in front of him and challenged that shot.
Denok top of the key. JC. Babagsak kay Jondan. Salvador nasa poste against Rob Reyes. 8 nasa shot clock ng Barako Bull. Jondan using his strength. Goes to Intal. And there's gonna be a whistle. Ball goes out of bounds. Babalik sa Talk and Text ang bola.
We have veteran referees here in Edward Aquino, Noy Guevara, and of course Yante, no? Si referee Yante. Ray Yante.
Precarious moments para dito sa Barako Bull. Talk and Text riding all the momentum in the world to start the game. Oh, but that's a turnover. So a couple of careless passes para dito sa Talk and Text. Keeping Barako within striking distance. 5 lang po ang hinahabol ng Energy Cola. Jake to Jondan. Salvador, papasok kay Intal. Intal to the fadeaway. That's good for JC.
It's a nice cut there from the weak side and a well-drawn play by Coach Banal, which he has been asking his players to do. A lot more movement, a lot of ball movement, plus players cutting to the basket.
Ganuelas isolates. Ganuelas to the cup, won't go.
He was trying to finish off with his left hand, but well challenged there by JC Intal.
Matt Ganuelas and JC Intal can get to a jumping match all day as JC finishes straight to the basket.
Well, if there's Castro on one side, there's JC Intal really carrying the cudgels on the part of the Barako team on the other end. He has 8 points.
Castro off the crossover. Jason to the basket. Bruce Deuce 3-point play opportunity for Jason Castro.
He's a one-man wrecking crew right now for Talk and Text. And an early substitution here as we see Aaron Aban come in for Ganelas.
Watch the Photon Thunder Drive, brought to you by Photon Empower Your Business.
You know, while we're taking this shot, maybe later on we can ask Sel to give us a report on the condition of Kelly Williams. I'm sure many of the fans of the Texters are wondering when, if he can come back, and when is he going to come back? Because he is their one of their leading scorers among the local players. No?
A very, very promising start to the conference sana para dito kay Kelly. We, of course, basketball fans around the PBA can't wait for Kelly to be healthy again. Jason may bola. They force it out of his hands. Aban, corner 3. Oh, it's getting contagious para dito sa Talk and Text. As they blow up a 7-point lead. 19-12 ang abante ng Texters. And if it's not Jason scoring, it's him making things happen. Aaron Aban open from the corner. Not gonna be a problem. Timeout po tayo. Magbabalik ang PBA.